So according to Professor Rowan, our grand adventure awaits us. So we've got places to be. Hey, Harmonia, I want to show you a few things. So follow me. I think all the cutscenes are going to be grid-based, aren't they? Oh my goodness, they are. This building with the red roof is the Pokemon. That's a red? It looks orange. Get your Pokemon healed if it's been hurt in battle. I think that was the same way it was in the originals. I think in the original games it was called a red roof as well, right? Despite clearly being orange. Like the bottom parts are kind of reddish, I guess, but find Pokemon Center in most towns. Over here, the building with the blue roof is the Pokemart. Part of me kind of wishes that, like, looking in through the door, you'd be able to, like, see some shelves and stuff like that. Just, like, the empty void. Yeah, like, I know that it looked orange in the originals. I was saying, like, in the originals, I think they referred to it as red there as well, is what I meant. Over here, the building with the blue roof is the Pokemart. It's a shop where you can buy and sell all sorts of items. Harmonia, since you're a rookie trainer, you won't be able to buy very much stuff. Hello, Capsips. Hope you're doing well today, and I appreciate you having the Stream tab. Don't worry about it, okay? Oh, maybe this is just like a one-off, because, like, all you'd be able to see from top down is just, like, the light anyway. So we just saw, like, something that you're not supposed to see, even though the cutscene was clearly set up to see the, void, whatever. Oh yeah, right, Harmonia. You should let your family know you're helping Professor Rowan put together his Pokedex. You may have to travel pretty far, so you should let someone know. Oh, but first, go heal up your Pokemon at the Pokemon Center. You'll be safe then. Okay, be seeing you. I can't get over how all the movement in the cutscenes is grid-based. Yeah, it is a hamster box, not a store, isn't it? Like, this game supports open movement like this. You can do the grid if you want to. Oh, and you can walk if you do the grid, and then holding B is running. But there's no option to walk with using the stick unless you're, like, you know, holding the stick. Like, just not as far, which isn't super easy to do. I don't like doing it in Smash Bros. I don't like doing it in this kind of game. There's a whole reason why in Smash Bros. I set my freaking C stick to tilts, because I don't want to do tilts with the left stick. I don't like it. I don't like doing it here. So I guess if you really want to walk, you just use the D-pad and be a grid, I guess, or something. But this game supports open movement. Why couldn't Lucas have just been like, you know, like this, but with walking? Which I'm apparently not allowed to do without just, like, barely holding the left stick in a direction. Like, why couldn't there be open movement for the cutscenes? Like, it just feels... If all your cutscenes for the characters is always grid-based movement, then, I don't know, it just feels very dated. And, I mean, I guess that can be, like, one of the intended feels of the game in a way. But this game supports open movement. I do like the PNGs for, like, the Pokemon being healed there. But since this game supports open movement and whatnot, I can be like that very clean kind of movement. Why don't the other characters in cutscenes do open movement in the cutscenes and have it feel a lot more clean? If they're doing grid-based movement, it just makes it feel very dated, in my opinion. But there's that. Alright, let's go tell our family that we're heading out on our second adventure through the Sinnoh region on this channel, since we did Platinum earlier this year. Oh, Mother! Mother, I have things to say to you. I have things to say. Hello! Welcome home, Harmonia. Are you and your Pokemon healthy? Let's make dinner. Take a quick rest, dear. Like, I know that this place can act as a Pokemon Center as well, but okay, yeah, so there is a cutscene there. It's a grid-based game with open movement. It doesn't work well. Yeah, it seems like... My impression, at least, is it feels kind of like grid-based movement was probably what was programmed first, and then they probably put in, like, the open movement later. If I had to guess. Like, I can't know for sure, but if I had to guess, that's what I think is going on here. What's up, Harmonia? Wow, Professor Rowan asked you to do something that big? And a second time, no less. And you even completed the Pokédex last time after you used that freaking action replay code that you thought would make all the Pokemon seen so that you could start the post-game, and it accidentally made all Pokemon caught. But, okay, dear, go for it. Your mom's got your back. Oh, I know, Harmonia. I've got something that you'll find useful. Better game. A guidebook. Wow. I should put the guidebook in your bag's pocket. That's a guidebook. Take a look at it when you're curious about something or have questions during your adventure. You might find an answer. Gee, a journey full of adventure. I envy you, kiddo. Plus, you're not alone. You have your Pokemon with you. I wish I could go instead. I wish you could go instead too. I'm just joking, Harmonia. I'll be alright by myself, dear, so you go and enjoy your adventure. Also, I hope nobody interprets, like, these joke bashings, like, super seriously. Like, I hope nobody gets, like, super butthurt that I'm, like, joking in the way that I am. Because it's a joke, and it's me having fun with said game. I'm having fun with this game in the way that I want, you know? When you're exposed to new things and experience new sensations, it makes your... I really like how in places like the laboratory, the tiles were as reflective and cool looking as they are. Is wooden flooring really that reflective? And what is it reflecting anyway? Like, what are those bars? What is that? Like, I see the reflection of the table on the left. But what is the, what are the... Like, that can't be the countertop over there. No, I see the reflection of the countertop right under the countertop. So what are those bars? What are those bars to the right of the table on the left? Is it like a barcode? Someone put a message in a barcode like, send help! No, what is that? Also, why would wood be this reflective? Like, you can get, like, laminate flooring, but that'd have to be, like, the freaking... Yeah, if you clean it up, like, so insanely well. But yeah, I basically took the old map from the base game and traced on top of it. 9% sure this could well be the case. Like, from the cutscenes and whatnot that I've seen so far, it feels like grid-based was, like, the basis, and, like, the open movement was, like, a thought afterwards, is what it feels like. What? It makes your mother happy, too. But please, come back sometimes. I'd like to see the kinds of Pokemon you've caught, dear. The guidebook. Useful information will be in this guidebook. Someone barging in? Excuse me, is my little Michael here? It kind of bothers me that Michael's mom doesn't have a capital M in the front, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, and he must have left already. What to do? That boy shouted about going on an adventure, then he bolted. He's so headstrong and reckless. I at least want him to take this. Not to worry, Harmonia will deliver that to him. Won't you, Harmonia? I also don't like the look of the chibi with the slippers. The feet. Oh no. There have been a lot of things that I've seen in this game that I've liked the visuals of. Like, the reflections, for the most part, have looked really nice. Or, like, the battle environments have looked really nice. So, this is probably part 2 at this point, anyone tuning in on YouTube here. I don't want anybody seeing this without seeing the first part and thinking that I have nothing but criticisms for, like, the graphics. There have been lots of things that I've, like, praised about it as well. But, I don't... I just don't like how... It's like a weird L. Those slippers and, like, the feet. And it makes me wonder what she would look like with the slippers off. It's like what you imagine. Like, imagine if Kirby could take off, like, what you think are Kirby's feet. What if they're actually slippers and Kirby takes them off and it's just like, you know, actual feet under there. It makes me wonder what's under there. Like a weird flesh L. And I'm disturbed to my core right now about what's under those slippers. I'm gonna have nightmares about that tonight. Really? You do that for me? Harmonia, please take this to Michael for me. Hello, Josh. How are you doing? I'm doing alrighty. Me and my beautiful hair are doing alright. You got the parcel. How are you today? And what's your opinion on the whole Pokemon situation here? Yeah, doing the Demon Souls remake. Bluepoint used the original game as the base and coded using that base. This can be done well, but it can be done not so well. Yeah, you put the parcel in the bag's QM's pocket. Bye-bye, Harmonia. Enjoy your... Wait. What? This is my character's mom saying this now. Bye-bye, Harmonia. Enjoy your adventure. Let me... Wait, I'm not leaving yet! What are you... I think, knowing my boy, he would probably head straight to Jubilife City. Okay, please take that to my Michael. You think now would be the line of like, okay, bye-bye, have a nice adventure. Wait, can I see what those bars were? I don't see the bars anymore. Was it this? I think it was the wall. It was the wall, wasn't it? It was the wall being reflected from all the way over here. Weird. So it's like the reflection for this table, which was like right beside it, understandably. was right alongside the, like, I guess this would technically reflect there, but like, yeah, it's the wall. This is an insanely polished floor. Oh, Harmonia, you're forgetting something important. Please don't be my slippers. There's the thingamabob. There it is. I looked up at my alert box because I thought I heard my follow alert sound, which is the typical Pokemon do. Am I hearing things, or did the game just play that sound and made me think that there was like a follow alert or something? Yes, that hat did always suit you well, Harmonia. Now off you go. But yeah, Nightmare Harmonia takes off his socks only to find his feet and become arms without hands. The flesh, no, I don't want to imagine it. The first look at this game, it looks the same as the others. Like, what do you mean? As like the ones that this is a remaster of, essentially? The game just played that sound. Okay, I was so confused for a sec. I looked up on my alert box, like, who just followed? I saw that there was nobody there, and it confused the heck out of me. But I guess that's what happens when you use a follow alert of, like, a Pokemon sound. Of the do-do-do-do-do-do. I think I used the Pokemon Masters version as my follow alert, I believe. I don't actually remember what version I used, but I'm fairly certain it's the Pokemon Masters version that I used in my follow alert. I think. I don't have any Pokeballs, do I? Thank goodness Pokeballs is like its own pocket. Like, that's something that I'll be happy about it being true to the original, at least. Like, one of the things that I hate about the later games is, some of the later games, is how they just put Pokeballs into, like, the items pocket. Like, stop! I don't use a Pokeball like an item, I use it like a Pokeball! So, so I'm very glad to have a Pokeball's pocket, you know. Yeah, it's a remaster rather than a remake. Like the previous Pokemon remakes, like Fire Red, Leaf Green, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, have all been remakes. But this, I would argue, is a remaster, since, as far as I know, it doesn't really seem to be doing like anything new per se. Like there's I've heard about the Ramans of whatever the heck park where you can catch like legendaries, but oh, that's different than the originals. Nice. Leafage, I'll take it. Cool. But fun fact, in the post game of this game, in this game you can catch all the legendary Pokemon from generations 1 to 4. In the last remakes of Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire from 7 years ago, you can catch all the legendary Pokemon from Gen 1 to 5. I thought it was 6 at first, but turns out it's up to 5 because I guess they want like X and Y to, you know, stand out with its Gen 6 legendaries. So in the last remake, you could literally catch more legendary Pokemon. And in the last main series games before the Switch era of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you could just straight up catch every legendary. So, like, a lot of people like to put up on this pedestal, like, some of the things that are technically new to, like, you know, the Diamond and Pearl formula, like being able to catch all them legendaries and whatnot. But all the things that are, like, new to this game, as far as I can tell, seem to be like a downgrade to other ways that it's been done in previous games. Like, I've seen some of the footage of like the scale of Pokemon walking behind you, especially like the legendaries like Dialga or Rayquaza, how they just become tiny, and it kind of cracks me up. Like Heart Gold, Soul Silver had done scales better. Like, maybe it's something fixed with the day 1 patch as the scales of Pokemon walking behind you. We'll see what happens when we actually get to there, but just something I wanted to throw out there. I just worry that this... Can I buy some Pokeballs? I just worry about the state of this game just being too faithful. Apparently that's what a lot of people have been praising it for, is like how faithful it's been. The icons here feel clean. It might just be like the same ones used from... No, it wouldn't be the same ones used from like something like Sword and Shield. Would it have been those sprites from... These feel like HD-ified sprites of the original thingamabobs. Wait, hold on, let's test something. In the original games, you could buy like 10 Pokeballs and get a Premier Ball. But like more modern games have a... But if you bought 10 or more, it would give you a Premier Ball. That was the rule. It was just buy 10 or more Pokeballs and you get 1 Premier Ball, and that was it. So even if you bought like 20, you would get like 1 Premier Ball regardless. But in the newer games, they would have it be that you would get a Premier Ball per every 10 that you get. So let's put it to the test. If I don't get 2 Premier Balls for this, I'm gonna throw my freaking controller across the room. Better give me 2 Premier Balls. Good. I was worried for a second there. Oh, man. But yeah, all new gen Pokemon looks the same to you, so you're the worst person to ask. Oh, because this would look like very different compared to like the other Switch titles. Biggest complaint, this game feels like a great game and not a new AAA game. Like, I feel like at the end of this game, I was talking about this in the beginning, where it's like, at the end of this game, I feel like my final verdict will probably be something along the lines of like, it's a good and fun game in its own right, but it doesn't do anything new or like stand out as a title within the Pokemon series on its own feet in like any significant way. I hope this game proves me wrong and that isn't my final verdict. Hopefully, but we'll see. It's gonna have to do like some crazy work to freaking prove me otherwise, considering like everything that I've seen about this game online and everything I've seen so far and everything. But yeah. Oh, biggest complaint that this feels like a great fan game and not a new AAA game. Yeah, like there have been some people that look at things like, oh, I'll talk about this after we start the catching tutorial, because that's just gonna be waiting anyway. Ammonia, do you know how to catch a Pokemon? I'll demonstrate how to catch one, so just watch, okay? Like, there have been, when Metroid Dread came out, there was a lot of people going on Twitter being like, there's no way this is worth $60 or like full price, whatever it is in, you know, your own country, I guess, for like this 2D game that's like, you know, maybe a 6 to 10 hour game on your first playthrough, and speedrunners have gotten down to like way shorter than that. But you know, it's what is this? All right, his HP is down. Time to throw a Pokeball. I was like, why did it zoom in on him for a hot second? There have been some people that, you know, will say stuff like that, but like, despite having, you know, relatively simple gameplay compared to, you know, the big AAA massive project things that people were comparing it to, like, this is what a full price game should be. It's still, where am I going with this train of thought anyway? I'm not someone that believes that Metroid Dread isn't worth full price. I'll just put that out there. Like, I genuinely believe that Metroid Dread is absolutely worth like a full price game. But something like that, it's like still something new for like the standards of like the 2D Metroid formula. Like, it's still doing something new there and whatnot. Whereas, like, that's where Metroid is. Like, it's still expanded on like the standards set by like the last game of like Fusion and the games before that. Like, it's still growing and evolving there. Whereas Pokemon, which has been like evolving ever since, you know, ever as long as it's been around, essentially, it's been continuously evolving for the most part. But now suddenly takes like 5 steps back to something that it's already done before, essentially, is what it feels like in a sense. I don't know where I was going with this train of thought. Honestly, that's how it's done. Actually, I should have lowered the target's HP some more. Yep, the important thing is to lower the Pokemon's HP as much as possible. See, a healthy Pokemon isn't easy to catch. Oh yeah, they also get easier to catch if you make one of your Pokemon put them to sleep or such. Here, Harmonia, I'll give you some Pokeballs to get you started. I already got some Pokeballs as a test for if I got 2 Premier Balls. Thankfully, I did. If you have lots of Pokemon with you, you'll be able to travel farther. That way, you'll have a better shot at meeting more Pokemon. It's a feedback loop. See you around! There was I think one of my favorite memes of this game, I'll see if I can find it. One of my favorite memes of this game, like, I have a folder of memes for various games, so that whenever I go live streaming whatever game, I can post a meme with my going live thingamabob. I think my favorite meme that I just saw of this game leading up to release was like this one right here. Because it's so sad, where it looks like this is a thing that could like actually be a page, you know, some company just making like a quick shell out for something that looks like Pokemon-ish, call it something silly like Capture Monster, and do that. Like, I think that's one of my favorite memes of it. And it's sad that, you know, it looks like that, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Let's keep on playing the thing. Anyway, now that we have, like, you know, more breathing room to be, wait, was the exclamation point, like, delayed? It played, like, the sound of, you know, the encounter, and the exclamation point appeared, like, a second and a half later. You're a Pokemon trainer. I happen to be a Pokemon trainer. Our eyes met, so battle we must. Our eyes only met because you got me to turn towards you. Oh, here's the placeholder sound font things. That apparently this version of the OST is like an option that you can choose in the menu after the day one patch if you want like the classic sounds. Because apparently this is just like the original MIDI with like the standard trumpet put over it is the thing. But apparently if you get the day one patch, it puts in the actual game OST, and what we're listening to right now becomes like a menu option for like the classic sound or something like that. But for whatever, like I have never in my life ever heard of a game that puts in its OST in with a day one patch. Again, a day one patch should be like bug fixes and whatnot. Are you kidding me? The Pokemon company knows. They know I'm bashing their game here. But like, it's faster than I am too. Holy crap. I'm gonna lose my first battle. Just watch. It's gonna happen. Here it comes. No. Ah! What was that sound? Oh my good gracious. I was about to lose my first battle. Holy crap. Listening to someone playing bagpipes horribly. Like, again, in the day one patch, there's a much better version of this. Like, I don't want to give the impression that this, like, is the definitive OST that they had for it, because it's not. But the fact that this is all that was in the game on the version that's on the shelf that they're selling says something. It says something about, you know, it being potentially rushed. But you'd think that the OST would be one of the things that would be... Okay, like... I just want to do like a, oh crap. Oh crap. Oh no. Oh, thank goodness I didn't run into a wild Pokemon. I had a heart attack there. I should talk about some other things first before the day one patch. There's a lot of things I like to ramble about this game. But let's talk about some other important stuff to talk about while we're going through things here. Namely, anybody who watched my Pokemon Platinum playthrough would know that my original plan for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl was to pick up both and to cover both on the channel. One on Twitch and one on YouTube. Because, like, I've thought about jumping ship from Twitch completely for a while now and just becoming, like, a YouTube streamer and, you know, just having, like, all my content there, essentially. Have it all in one place. And I've experimented with that idea with like a couple different games earlier this year. Like I did New Pokemon Snap as like a YouTube stream series, for example. I did freaking Skyward Sword HD as a YouTube series was another thing. Last year I did RCT3 Complete when it released on the Switch. So there have been like some times that I've tried out live streaming. So that was my initial plan, as I was going to like live stream one of these games on Twitch and the other on YouTube. But life got kind of crazy, and I really don't think I, one, have the time to cover both games, or two, the motivation to cover both games. As more and more information came out about these and like how insanely faithful they were, like I don't think I could bring up the motivation to do it twice. So both because of like time and motivation, being able to cover other games and whatnot, I changed my plans. So if there was anybody that watched my Pokemon Platinum series that was looking forward to you know, me doing some YouTube streams of this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that my plans changed. So that's but yeah, YouTube videos are doing bad in your opinion. Yeah, some of my YouTube videos are doing pretty decently. Well, I'm just like in debate of like, should I ever like jump ship from Twitch completely to YouTube, because both platforms have like their ups and downs. Like I've had the sound plays and then the exclamation point appears like a second and a half later. What is this? I spy with my little eye. A trainer. A battle, please. Oh, my ears. Anyway, this hello Eagle. How are you doing today? Oh my goodness. Again, what we'd be listening to right now would be way better with a day one patch. I've listened to some of the official remastered OST, like that has been shared with me with some of my friendos on Discord, like Guzma, for example. Guzma shared a lot of the OST of this game, and from what I've heard, some of it I'm not too into. Some of it I do actually really like. Some of the remastered OST in this game I actually do really quite like what I've heard. But what we're listening to right now has been identified on Twitter as literally just the original game's MIDI plus the default trumpet sound in Cubase. Which, like, I can say it time and time again, this is not what you'd be hearing if you download the day one patch. What you're hearing right now would instead be an option that you could enable in like the menu with like a DS sound fonts choice. If you want to listen to like classic sounds or something like that, this is what you'd hear if you enabled the classic sounds rather than the remastered OST. But why is the remastered OST not in the game by default and behind a day one patch? Why is it that the product that you buy on the shelf doesn't have like the basic game features like its music? Is what I wonder. Which is why I wanted to cover this game without the day one patch, or at least part of it. I don't know if we're going to cover this whole game without the day one patch. My ears might not be able to take it. Because I'm going to sound like a broken record at this point, but a day one patch should be like bug fixes and like some minor polish, not your basic game features like music, you know? Like, music is one of those basic things that should be in your game when you ship it out.